Hello, this video is for Lab H, which is 8, sorry, which is preparing your key findings or your key points. And most of you have done this for other projects before, but just because I'm not going to be in class on Thursday, I wanted to make sure that I did provide just a video for you to watch in case you have any questions. So once you have all of your graphs, copy and paste it into your presentation, and you have your question up at the top, which the survey is in several places throughout Schoology if you need it. You've got your graph, and then you've got your key points or your key finding. And you'll need to have, I think I have one on the lab sheet, probably try to come up with at least 2, some type of mini conclusion, and then something that's gonna be actionable for DECA as we move forward with opening the school store again next year. Some of them are gonna be completely obvious. Some there might be a lot to pull out. Like this very first one is just a yes or no question, but had they heard of Bean and Berry before? And I would say for this one, there's definitely a decent level of awareness. I mean, 84% is pretty good, especially since the store was not around this year. So my key points here might be, and I'm just going to do them as a bullet point too. One note as I'm formatting this, I do have in the note sheet, refer to those that took the survey as respondents. Sometimes I have people call like surveyors, or that's something totally different. Respondents would be the term to use, or students would be a good term to use. So this is kind of a larger font. I'm going to go down to 14 here. So decent level of awareness considering the store was not open this year. So that's kind of like an observation. I'm not just restating. 84% of respondents said yes, because we can read that and we can see that. So you're kind of moving towards, okay, we have a decent level of awareness. I would add in like thinking towards the future though. However, promotions will be key as we'll have only 2 years of students, which you need to find an eloquent way to say this. But if you think about it next year, only the juniors and the seniors are really going to be familiar with the Bean. The freshmen and sophomore have never experienced that. So I would say something along the lines that, however, promotions will be key as will be key next year, as only half of the student body has experience, I don't know if this is the right word, the school store, but hopefully you get the idea here, has maybe experience with the school store. Something along those lines, but something to work towards. So, okay, people that are here, they know about it, but in the future, thinking ahead to the strategic planning, which this is for, we're probably going to have to amp up the promotions just to get everybody on the same page for next year. So we've got our question, we've got our graph, we've got our key points or bulletized. I've got at least 2. You can set them up however you want. Like this one, we have the graph to the side, and then we have the key point over here. So just taking a look at this one really quickly, we have, this is a question further on in this survey. And it asks about, in the future, would you be interested in spirit items? So definitely not overwhelming interest here. So I would say like initial take, not a great deal of interest in school spirit items at the school store. So some things to think about here, perhaps like planning wise, we can have an additional survey to determine items of interest. And another note I think here is only students were surveyed, and I feel like a lot of the times with a lot of the more expensive gear, it's teachers or adults that are purchasing. So maybe students would just want like stickers for their Chromebook or like some other low-cost items. In the future, we also need to survey staff on this subject, as they traditionally purchase these items from DECA. So I definitely, like looking at this, I wouldn't be adding school store right away, school store items until I found out if what specifically they're interested in, talk to the staff. And one component that we're thinking about adding down the road is the students actually making the items. So that might be, they might be a little bit more interested in purchasing if it's something they've created or their friends created. Well, I think 8th period is about to start. So this is my quick little key point lab. Again, none of this is going to be due until Monday. So you're going to have time to talk to me if you have any questions about anything. I just wanted to provide some information on 7A, 7B, and 8 in case you have questions when it gets started while I'm out tomorrow. Thanks.